yeah, it was very interesting to see that go.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one later.
I'm a Moneybagg Yo fan.
Really?
Where do you stand?
Not so much.
Why?
It's just not my teeth.
Not your music? Not your
Yeah,
type
not
of
my
music? Music.
Nah, the way he stretches out, I can't do it.
Why not?
It's not me.
To me, Moneybagg Yo, recipes of Young Dolph, he's filling the void that I'm missing. That's the way. That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I feel about it.
Man them. It's not with a hype thing. A war.
The world general speaking.
Yes. Back again. What's good, y'all?
And of course, it's me.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
How you been? How's your week? What'd I miss?
Woo! Actually, a lot's gone down this week, man. A lot's gone down this week.
You didn't even say anything. You been holding that?
No. You saw where I was at. I got to give a shout out to my boy Royce Visuals and the whole team at Royce Visuals.
Yeah. Yeah. We were downtown the same day. We just couldn't link up.
We couldn't link up that day, but we're live on location downtown, shooting a video for a new restaurant that opened up. So shout out to Six Spice Rack down on Richmond Street. Check them out, 300 Richmond Street West.
What'd you eat?
Everything on the menu, man. If you remember last year I was at Street Eats and we did this whole video. Yeah. With the pod, whatever.
Is Street Eats still a thing, by the way? It's
still a thing. It's coming up this summer.
Nice.
But one of the shops that was there, they just had a food truck. Now they opened up a physical location downtown Toronto. So I was down there with those guys from Voice Visuals. We shot like a video for them and everything like that, which you'll see very soon on socials. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, it was fire, man. They got like fried chicken, mac and cheese, tacos, all sorts of stuff that they're doing. So
that's the word you're looking for.
Nice. I know Malik's interested in checking it out, and our man Toby hit it up right after I was there.
Why'd you say Malik was? Why'd you point him out like that?
I gotta call him out because he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, this food looks fire," which it is. So yeah, check him out, and make sure when you go, because I know you guys are gonna go.
Let him know Patty sent you.
No, for real. Let them know I sent you. Tell them Not With The Hype sent you, and I'm sure they'll nice you with a good plate. So
I appreciate you. You always come through with the hat. You always make sure to let them know what team you're on.
I'm telling you, man. So that was a week. Just did that a little bit last weekend downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
And then man, just been grinding this week, bro. It's getting close to the move. So yeah, we're getting there.
Exciting. Yeah. Nervous or just straight up excited?
No, excited and nervous, just like hoping everything, you have a vision of what you want your place to look like, right? But I know it's going to take time. It's not just going to snap a finger.
What life out of Scarborough looks like.
I've never experienced it, man. You know, your boy's leaving Scarborough.
You're barely leaving Scarborough. You're like, it's like the border and you like took a step right off of it.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. And just excited for wifey and I to have like our spot, So.
How lovely.
Yeah. But how's your week?
My week was it was all right. We went downtown same day, like I said.
Blood clot desert.
Same as you. We went downtown same day.
Yeah.
It was good. That disappointment. It's been a minute. That was great. Kensington Market.
Teeth are good?
Teeth are all right. I'll say all right.
All right.
They're all right.
Damn.
I said all right. I have a couple cavities. That's fine. We'll fix it. But other than that, teeth was cool. We went to Kensington Market. That's where our dentist is, and it's a good excuse to just go downtown.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason why. When you wake up in the morning, you're like, I gotta go to the dentist, and I gotta go all the way downtown. At first, you're like, that fucking sucks. Yeah. But then when you get there, you're like, okay, I had a reason to be here. This is cool.
You make a day out of it. Like, you don't just go downtown and get back,
Like, we grabbed some patties in Kensington Market, and then we went to check out Mark Anthony, his new crib, his condo by the beaches, which was cool. Nice. We kicked it with them all. Look, we were there, like, for hours. Like, we put in some time. Had plenty of drinks, as you can probably imagine. And then, the week was pretty good. I went to the office for the first time.
Damn, that's right. You told me about this. I was like, how have you not been in your office?
I haven't even taken the GO train for 2+ years.
Holy crap.
I tapped my card. I was like, thank God this thing still
works.
That
Presto still worked, eh?
Auto reload kicked in immediately, and I spent $100 right off for it.
For one day?
Well, because when I was commuting regularly, I was like, I don't want to waste time doing this auto reload with multiple transactions. So when it hits $10, go right back up. If you're not from Toronto, there's a card. You use it for Metro or whatever, and I set it. It's connected to my Visa card. When it goes below $10, it goes right It adds another 100.
That's smart.
Smart, but I didn't expect to spend $100
Yeah,
off rip.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So yeah, it was cool. We to the go down. That was fun. What else? Oh yeah, I said that was first day in the office. So I went to Scotiabank. Yeah, it was crazy. It was surreal. I actually finally feel like I work where I work, which is dope. I did, but I didn't.
Right. It's so weird though. You were describing that to me like how you didn't really meet a lot of your coworkers and like you never saw the office. I'm like, yo, how does that even happen, bro?
Slowly but surely, I've started to meet a lot of them. I think there's still a couple people I haven't met yet, but like a lot of the ones I speak to frequently, I do. Okay. Shout out to Alex Kim actually, who I haven't met. He listened to the pod. Hey. One of the producers that I work with. Haven't met him yet, but I'm sure I'll see him potentially tomorrow at the TFC game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, the office is interesting. Like I realized that my office is literally an extension of Scotiabank Arena. Like it's literally the arena and then like office space right outside.
Yeah, I'm cheesed.
So where you're sitting, is where my chair is, and then that door over there is where the door is to the arena, and I open that door and I can look down and see the ice or the hardwood.
So like, let's say like mans were to work late one night, there's a game happening, like you could just open
I don't know if HR listens to this podcast, so the answer is no. You have to pay for your tickets, or you have to have a business reason to be there.
I got you. Say less.
But yeah, it's that close. Like I'm literally working, and I could hear the opposing team that was practicing for the Leafs skating. Like wow. I can hear their skates and shit. I can hear them like sound checking shit while I'm working in the office. Because it was a game day. Yeah. So yeah, it was a really cool experience. Before that, I forgot to mention that I went to the Rink of Dreams with Coco.
What is that? What is this Rink of Dreams?
The Rink of Dreams is basically a wealthy family has this ice rink in the backyard of their house. It's looks like it almost looks like you're at the Scotiabank Arena outside because it's got it's a really nice rink. It's got the boards up, all of that, lights, colors on the lights and shit. They got speakers and like sound system. Bruh. They had a Zamboni come out and clean the shit halfway through. This is at their house. Life. This is a house. What? It was a vibe. That's where I got to meet a lot of my coworkers. It was the first time Coco and I enjoyed being outside for an extended period of time. Hey, like outside, but like literally physically outside. Like, but it was nice. Like the way it snowed was almost picturesque.
Was this on the weekend?
This was Sunday.
Oh yeah. There was
Sunday.
It's a blizzard. It's kind of like a mini blizzard.
It wasn't really a blizzard. I thought I was nervous for a second when I parked the car. I'm like, fuck. I got all seasons. I am not ready. But no, it was just a little snow globage, and we were fine.
I like it. I'm not even gonna say the word because y'all made fun of me when I tried to say it last time. So I was gonna call it.
Just do it. Just do it.
What?
Snow.
No.
That's not. That's not how you said it. You say snow like snow allegra. Snow.
Yeah, snow.
It's fine. The next snowfall that we have, I'm gonna make sure that I drop that clip because it's a funny. That shit is funny. I've referenced that moment.
Damn, I hate you.
Conversationally many times.
Yo, you know what hit me this week though, man? Like,
tell me about it.
Remember last week? So I was saying like I took the TTC for the first time in over like 2 years. Right. And I was like, I'm not doing it again. I'm doing it again.
Why?
I'm doing it again. Bro, you seen these gas prices?
I've seen it. Like, I paid. Listen, I let other people in the house. They use my car, right?
Right.
So
speak on it.
There's no It's just I want to make sure that I'm not filling up on everybody's behalf. So
it's not a community fill up.
I always try to put a quarter in.
Okay.
I was like, okay, gas prices are up. My quarter's typically like 12 to 15. Maybe a little less than that, actually. Quarter 10.
Yeah.
I put like 20 in.
Okay.
Just touched a quarter. I'm like, this isn't... What?
That's dirty.
So right now it's what did you last see? 160 something is what I saw.
I wish. I was driving this morning. I saw 174.
174 we got.
Yeah. So I'm
And
telling you right now, bro.
They're talking about like 2.
I'm telling you right
potential
now, we might have to go back to virtual pods, bro. Because
Virtual pods
this is
because of the
crazy.
gas prices.
This is
That's
crazy.
stupid, but I understand.
But no, for real. Like I was driving here. I'm watching my I'm going like grandma speed. Not even grandma speed because I don't want to disrespect no grannies. But like I'm watching my
Most
acceleration.
grandmas don't
I'm
drive
like,
fast though.
that's true. I'm trying not to accelerate too fast because I'm like, ooh, that's gonna burn more fuel. I
Yeah.
turned off the heat because I'm like,
Oh my God, you're doing
I can't do
that?
the heat.
That's
not
how
doing
I
it.
know. That's how I know you grew up with West Indian parents, my
I'm
friend.
telling you. I'm telling you.
Isn't that a myth? Like the heat has nothing to do. Heat or air conditioner has nothing to do with gas. Air conditioning.
Nah, that does.
Really?
I think so. I don't
That
know.
was a myth.
I'm no
At what
expert.
point do you think it's actually going to affect you?
Oh, you gotta let me know
Like
because
your
I
pocket?
say it again.
I said, at what point do you think it's actually going to affect your pockets? Where you're looking and you're like, wait a minute, I saved $10.
That's fair.
And
Because
too
like
much.
Because, and I'm saying, is that worth the mental stress of, oh, I gotta, because like I'm seeing on Twitter, honestly, and not even just speaking to you, I'm seeing on
Yeah.
Twitter a lot of people that I know where they're like, oh, now I gotta do this. It's like, first of all, let's be real, you're not broke.
it's true.
Let's
No,
actually
no,
be
so-
because we have money and the money's to be spent. The money's and obviously you want to save money so you could do what you want with it, but
Yeah.
the money that you're not saving is to be spent. So if you have that money to buy gas, first of all, if you have money to buy gas, period. If it goes up to $2, you're still gonna have money to buy gas.
For sure. It's just that.
It's like
extra-
funny. I mean, I mean, now that we're all adults, I guess we're trying our hand at this talk
Yeah.
about gas shit because
Yeah.
when we were younger,
Yeah, from the
when
moment
we were
that I
younger, me
knew,
and Shigil had like an inside joke about this when we were kids.
I'd be like, gas prices, right? And it'd be like, and I had no idea, no concept. And I do remember my parents complaining about gas prices being 0.8.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I can actually see your dad doing this though. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah. But then to your point, Malik, it's like, this money's to be spent. That's cool. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Fact. But when it's something that is kind of just like out of your hands
Yeah.
and is not like, when gas prices rise, you're never seeing it as $1 and then $2 and now you're paying
No, exactly.
50% more.
Exactly.
That is fucked, and that's when you make drastic decisions on how you're going to live your
insane.
life. But when it's like that slow incremental rise,
You see it
to me,
always.
I just close my eyes and I tap with that Visa card. It just is what it is. You got to
Smash
pay
I
it.
close my eyes.
You got to
and tap.
pay it.
bro. But it's not just the gas. Like I went into the LCBO. I went into the grocery. Like everything else went up, and I'm like, yo.
A lot of, so yeah,
This
to your
is
point, a
wild.
lot of other things did go up. I like when we were at the grocery store, I saw a lime was over $1
But
per
the
lime.
$1.39 for one line.
One line.
The thing is, it's given me this perspective where it's like, we have the ability to just complain about it. We could tap and just keep going.
Fair.
Yeah.
The people that can't
There's
complain
people that-
about it, they're not even in the conversation anymore. They've already tapped out. They're like, I can't buy a lime. I'm never having limes again.
Exactly.
And that's that.
No, you're right.
But we're like, I gotta pay for gas. Tap.
That's
That's
a good
fun.
perspective. No, it's a good perspective. Still,
So all that to say is like, I'm very fortunate to
that
be in
I
this
don't have to
position.
care about gas.
that's fair.
See,
That's
because
fair.
like I'm like, there's so many other things that like I think we gotta worry about as
Yeah.
far as expenses go.
fair.
That I don't want gas to be another thing. Not even just expensive. That I have to worry about in general.
Fair.
If I don't
That's
have to like, that's one thing I can cross off. My
I hear you.
list. Stress
You
about.
just bought a house.
Exactly.
You just buy a house. So worry about that. But the gas
No,
prices.
no, no. I literally.
Situation different.
Or are you saying because you bought the house, fuck, I gotta worry about everything?
Because now I've seen that, and like they raise the interest rate, and like
Oh God.
at first I was like, this ain't gonna be much, and then my
Look
mortgage
at
guy
you
hits
tapping
me
into
up.
the older demo.
No, I know. Hey, that's what we do. So our mortgage broker hits us up. He's like, yeah, so just letting you know, this is what it's gonna mean. I'm like, huh? So it went up, and I started calculating. I'm like, so what's this per month? Bro, it's an extra $75 a month, which might not seem
that's
like
wild.
a lot,
No, no,
but then
no,
you
that's
add
wild.
that up, you're like,
What do you mean that's not a lot?
No, that is a lot.
No, that's what I
Because
mean,
I look
right?
at that as like a subscription to something.
so that's what I mean. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a tank of gas.
that's a tank of gas. No, that
There you
is.
go,
That
a
is.
whole
That's a
tank.
tank of gas.
Yeah.
That's a tank of gas. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So now I'm like, damn, I'm really starting to add up all these extra little things
Yeah.
that are going up, right? So it's crazy out here. All that to say, I will be taking TTC again at some point, and I'm gonna change my name to Presto P.
I love it. Presto P is
I love it.
if you don't change your at least Twitter handle, at the very least,
Yeah.
I'll be mad.
All right.
Instagram, I understand,
Right.
whatever.
That's a lot. Yeah.
You told me that you made up the fact that you're a junior today.
No,
That is
no.
the most weird thing I've ever heard because you
Hold
have the
on,
same
hold on.
name as your daddy.
Yeah, I didn't make up my name. It's just like it's not like my.
No, but you
government
said.
Well, that's made up.
But then your dad knows that he created a junior, right?
name. Yeah, of course. It's legacy. So like I got to continue it now.
So you assumed the role of junior, even though you have the exact same name.
Yeah, like the middle names are different, but yes, I am. Yeah, Patrick Dennis.
What's
Jr.
his?
You know the middle name.
I know yours.
Yeah.
Yours is the same.
Yeah.
But you said you had different ones.
I don't want to give the whole name out here, man.
Well, are the names the same or different in the middle?
I have one extra, but yes, I
Oh,
have
okay.
Same, and then you
and
got
then I
a
got
little
a little extra. Shout out to moms for giving me that extra name. I appreciate it. But like, yeah.
Did
So
she give you the Otto Octavius one?
Oh, no, that was him. that was him. Yo, but okay, like I can't be the only one who like.
Are you in there?
I hate you so much. But you ever like sit back and think of your name and just like say it out loud? And it's just kind of cringy though.
Say
Or is
it.
that just me?
Say your name.
I don't want to. Like it's weird though. It just comes off.
No,
the
no,
tongue.
I hear you.
Like if I say Patrick, like it sounds like it's weird,
Yeah, I guess I give Shaquille,
right?
but like Shaq. Nah, that's also weird.
See,
oh,
it
it's
just sounds
weird.
like
I was about
other
to say
people have to
people
say
call
it.
me Shaq all the time, so
Yeah.
it's like maybe it's that. No, it is weird.
Other people can say it and it's not weird, but to say your own name is kind of weird.
I understand it, I guess. Maybe it's because it has something to do with your voice, maybe. Because like when it comes to
Wait, is my voice weird?
no, but like you thinking your voice is weird.
Got you.
Like
got
we
you, got you,
got
got you.
over the fact that we can hear our own voices now at this point.
Right,
I
right.
feel like I can listen to myself and I'm not cringing.
Fair.
But if I say my name, that's a different story.
It's cringy. Yeah.
It's not it's cringy to hear in real time. Maybe if
Right.
I record it, I don't know, if I listen back to this after, it won't hit the same, but
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's just like I just don't like when I have to introduce myself. It's kind of weird. I just say it quick.
what do you say?
Just Patrick. I just try I don't want to
Hey, how's it going? And then you say,
Yeah, my name's Patrick, and then that's it.
okay.
I don't know. It just
How
feels
do you say
weird.
it, Shaquille?
What up, Shaq?
No.
Like the basketball player.
No. You have to say your full name.
I never say Shaquille.
Yeah, you do. For legal documentation, you're always like, Shaquille?
Oh,
Shaquille?
oh, yeah, but
Hold on,
you're
hold on.
basically.
How does he say it? Hold on. How does he say it?
Shaquille?
Why are you making fun of my enunciation? It is
How do you say it?
Shaquille.
Shaquille.
But that's when I'm usually talking to like an automated system, or it's like a government employee, or
Live people as well.
live people.
Yeah, like, you know, if you have to, like, if we're crossing over the border.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anybody that's like,
He's like, Shaquille.
yeah,
What was that? William Shatner?
if they
Like, it's a letter.
if they got a badge, they get the whole Shaquille spiel.
Shaquille.
But if they
Spiel,
don't got a
okay.
badge, it's my name is Shaq, and sometimes I've heard people say back to me, Chad,
Sorry, what? How?
Chad, Shad, something that's not what I said, because I think there's maybe a level of disbelief that my name is Shaq.
There is, because the only other Shaq people know is Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
So they
So
think you're joking. When you're like Shaq, they're like, Chad, I must have missed
Starbucks, I get all kind of fucked up shit. So I always say my name is Mike. Mike, just straight up Mike, and I know what I'm gonna get. You're Mark.
Mark? Yeah,
That's
easy.
pretty close
That's
to you.
good.
I
That's
should
good.
get something that's close to me. Maybe I should just
Sean?
Sam. Sam, yeah.
Sean? But then they can mess up Sean because then it's
No,
like, how do you spell
then they'll give me
Sean?
like a weird like a.
Cian.
I don't mind the Sion because I have a friend named
Just
Sion.
say, my name's Shake, drop the E.
Huh. That's a good
But then
one.
they gotta think. Like they gotta be quick on their
Yeah,
feet.
they
What's
got-
wrong with making people think? Everything's too easy.
Well, Starbucks employees are good at thinking because I feel like I've seen. No, I'm not gonna get anything. They're good at thinking, like, because I've seen somebody be like, they'll test people. They'll be like, "What's your name?" And they'll be like, "He who shall not be named," and they'll get their cut back, and that shit says Voldemort.
Oh damn. See, I wouldn't have got that because I don't watch Harry Potter, but
I don't
once you
either,
said
but I
that,
read
that
the first
made-
two
that made
books.
sense. Okay.
Not a cool guy, not a good guy.
No way. Okay. Voldemort.
You know what? There's so many people here. Let's start there.
Okay.
There's a lot of people here. This is the first. Well, not the first time. We've had this amount of people here, maybe.
Yeah. We've had a pop.
No, we have first time people. Shout out to the first time people. Hi, y'all.
Yeah.
But we've
I'm a virgin.
Wow. All right.
I wish I had.
We're starting. Hey, it's Friday night. Hey, feeling freaky deep.
I have drops that can go crazy, and I won't do it. If you're looking at the screen, never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind. I won't even point it out. But there's a lot of first time people here, and like when you're going to somebody else's house, there's etiquette. There's things like
exactly. Like
that's the one. Don't point at it.
Don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious. But like, I always wondered, like, to your point, like, what is the etiquette when you go to someone's house? But like, not just the first time, but like, when you become like a regular.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know when you watch a sitcom and like, there's always that one guy, like, they're always showing up, they're going to the fridge.
Oh, so you're talking about like what's his name? The
like
guy with the hair. What's
Kramer?
Kramer?
Yeah. But like, what's the etiquette when you go to someone's house and like...
What's the reason why I'm there?
So like, they may be hosting something. Like, let's say they host a lot of dinners, or they might host like... They might host
mad hoes.
You got mad hoes. They're hosting events. They're hosting like a dinner party.
Hoes. Snow bunnies. That's stupid.
That's so stupid. But like, what's the etiquette? Like, do you gotta bring a dish every time? Do you gotta bring a bottle every time? Like,
I think it's gotta be communicated. You gotta, like, to some degree. Okay, let's just say you're inviting me over for dinner.
Right.
And I know you're cooking.
Right.
I'm gonna bring some sort of vivation.
What?
Vivations. That's what we call them, because I don't want to be too.
Libation.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a real word, but I just use it.
Yeah, you just made that up. I don't even.
Vivation has to be a real word, right?
A dessert.
Anybody? Vivation?
Libation is
Vivation real?
Yeah. I use it to rhyme.
No?
Libation.
Libation?
Let's make it a word.
Libation.
I've been using vivation like for months.
And you got a master's degree?
I have a master's degree, but not in this shit. Yeah, wait. Oh, what are you talking about?
Spell it. Use it in a sentence.
Vivations. A form of breath work that claims to... No, never mind. It's not the same
Yeah.
shit. Anyways, so I made up that word. So I like to show up with something that's complementary to what you're already providing.
But what if you don't know?
If I don't know you?
No, like, you don't know what they're providing.
Wouldn't we communicate?
Okay, fair. But let me paint you a scenario.
Okay.
All right. So let's say Ash and I are hosting an event. You know what I mean? And we do this multiple times. Let's say it's like a regular sort of thing. You know, we might have people over every 6 months, every month, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You bring over your vivations.
Yeah.
What are you bringing? Are you bringing a bottle for me? You bringing a bottle for her? Is that 2 bottles? Is it 1 bottle combined? Like, how do you do this? What's the proper etiquette here?
Well, let me speak for most people. A bottle of wine is usually not that appreciated unless you're planning on drinking it that night. I feel like I've been to people's houses and bottles of wine just go in the bottle of wine drawer.
Wait,
and then
drawer?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Damn.
And then guess what? When it's time to take that bottle of wine out, you're usually going to somebody else's house to give that bottle of wine to somebody else.
That bottle of wine.
Yeah. So I don't know if a bottle of wine is what's gonna do it.
Damn.
But I think you come through with something hard. Pause. You know?
Yeah.
Like some whiskey.
Some whiskey. I hear you.
Like just.
I have very strong feelings about this.
Yeah,
Please
let's go.
speak.
What do you got?
I feel that if someone is inviting you into their space, whether it's a dinner party, whether it's just for cocktails to hang out, whether it's to catch up, to me, this is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
For me, you're inviting me into your space. I need to bring something to show that I'm adding something to this space and that I'm appreciative, that you're opening your home to me. Because if you made no food and you had no drinks, you still opened your home to me.
True.
And sometimes that's all you have, right? And so maybe all I have is to scrounge up a few bucks for a bottle, and we can make a party happen out of it. You know, to me, if you bring napkins, it's more of the gesture than it is. You can go to the 99-cent store and get some plastic silverware for $1.
Yeah.
A mixed pack.
Say Dollarama over here.
Dollarama, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's the gesture. You just
Yeah.
like you show up when someone is extending something to you. You show up no matter what it is. So if someone's inviting you into their home, something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even.
I think-
It's not a value. It's not anything. Just something. You just show up.
And I think like sometimes it's like whatever you're bringing is expected. So for example, I go to Mark Anthony's house. Mark Anthony is expecting that I'm coming through with some blunt wraps he's never had before, and I'm
Right,
gonna roll a
right.
really good blunt.
The finest kush.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what he expects.
Okay.
If I go to the Dennis Jr. household,
Yes.
you're not expecting that.
No.
I'm doing that for myself, so that's
Right.
not what I'm bringing for you. I'm
Gotcha.
bringing that for me. But for you, I'm not gonna bring a bottle of wine because I just explained to you the whole. You know, I'm gonna bring something that we're gonna enjoy. You know,
Okay.
I'm sure Coco will probably want to cook something.
Yeah. No, I love it.
But I think you all there's a level of knowing your audience.
I like it. Yeah, I feel like you gotta show up. You can't show up empty-handed though. That's the thing. Like, I think it's just the way we were raised too. Like, I feel like it's a culture though. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be a culture.
But there
thing.
was an age, like a period where there's a learning
Oh yeah.
where
In the early
you were
days.
showing up to house parties.
Yeah.
And like even if you brought something, you brought it for yourself.
That's exactly. You're like, this is
You're
mine.
like, what do you mean? I came to drink Crown today, and if
Yeah.
I don't finish this whole bottle of Crown,
I'm taking it back
I am
home.
taking this home.
And we know people
I
who
paid
are
for
still
this.
in that mindset.
Shout out to
this day.
Brandon.
I mean, damn.
No,
all
no,
right.
it's known on the podcast already. We've joked about
No,
it a
of
billion
course, we
times.
have,
I'm not
we have.
being weird about it.
Yeah.
Brandon just started bringing forth full bottles and leaving them, and that's a big step, and we appreciate that.
Well, you know what? Progress.
Progress.
That's all we're looking for.
Brampton's finest!
That is all we are looking for.
Oh man.
But what's very interesting that I saw,
what'd you see?
started watching, and it just is it's not so much it's not a conversation that I'm thinking of as like, oh, this is what I'm watching, that's cool, because it is a really good show.
Okay.
But I started watching Euphoria.
Oh wow.
I started watching Euphoria after
After dark.
After dark. I actually watch it before dark. I watch it at like 8:30 in the morning. Before work.
Okay. All right.
Little pre-work Euphoria. Yeah, my sister, she had a birthday party. It was a Euphoria themed birthday party. I didn't know what that meant.
What is that? Just please
Well, I think
describe
it's
that.
more so just like the visuals. So
Okay.
like the balloons and I don't know, the makeup probably.
I'm just picturing the show being very dark.
You've never seen it, right?
No.
Visually it's not very dark, but like there's dimly lit scenes like this where they're at a house party and like this is kind of what the lighting actually looks like, to be quite honest.
Gotcha.
But I didn't know anything about Euphoria. I just knew it starred Zendaya. I knew it was edgy.
Right.
I tried to watch it in 2020.
Yeah.
There was way too much darkness in my life in 2020 and all of ours, so it was
Fair.
hard for me to watch it. I think I watched half the first episode and just I told Coco, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm gonna put this on the shelf. And then I revisited it after I started telling coworkers. I'm like, oh yeah, on the weekend my little sister, she had a Euphoria themed birthday party. They're like, oh my god. I was like, what are you talking about?
Clutching pearls.
And then Coco started watching the newest stuff, and she's like, you need to at least the bare minimum know what is going on this show, because this is not for kids at all.
Damn. But it's like, it's kind of weird to me. Is it marketed as like
It's
a kid's
not,
show?
because from what
Like teenage?
it's not, but it is.
Yeah.
It's not, but it is. So I'll say it's not, but it is, because there is a disclaimer, I believe, where it just says that this is not, like, this is for mature audiences. This is not for kids of the high school age or whatever. But when it's about that experience,
Right.
when it's starring Zendaya,
Right.
that it's hard for me to say that even if you're telling kids, wink, wink,
Yeah.
don't watch this.
Right.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, if you've never seen the show, I've never seen more penises before. I've never seen
right.
so much drug use. I have never seen like for like I've watched the OC growing up.
For
I've
sure.
watched
I did not see dicks
people
in the
watch
OC,
One Tree
no.
Hill. People
was a
watch
good show.
all these shows growing up.
Yeah.
And this is not that, but it is also somewhat relatable to what's going on. What's up?
Just a quick thing to throw in there. The opioid epidemic inside of the States is a huge thing, and a lot of people around the age of 18 are dying. So I'm just curious, in a sense, couldn't you say that this is actually what's happening in the schools around
reflection of
America?
reality?
Yeah, just a reflection of
Because
reality.
everyone's older. Nobody knows what's going on in her world at school. We really are so far removed because
Yeah, you're right.
how long ago were we in high school at 16?
I know it's different.
Yeah.
It's
No, you're
completely
right. You're
different.
right. You're
It's
right.
completely different.
And we know what was going on in high school when we were in high school that our parents had no freaking idea about. That was way worse than they could have imagined. That they were like, don't watch that on TV. And we were like, Mom, I literally
This
don't
happened
watch
yesterday.
Nights and today
This happened
at
Tuesday.
school.
Yeah.
I believe that it isn't even if it is exaggerated or dramatized.
Yeah.
It is. I believe it is a reflection of today, but it is like it's like it'll take an adjustment period to get used to watching Euphoria because it just shows so much that I've never seen on TV before.
See, and this is the thing. Like, I tried to watch it. I never really got into it. And then this is the comment that I generally hear about the show, which makes me think, like, what am I in for? Like, at this point, I'm wondering is, like, the hype, not the hype, that's the wrong term. But, like, is this exaggeration or is it hyperbole, what everyone's saying about the show? Or is this actually how shocking
I think it's rooted in reality still. But what I'll say that it is good at doing and what it does, and I think what its purpose might be, is to have those conversations, or not even to start those conversations about a lot of the topics that people shy away from in real life. Whether that be the opioid crisis, whether that be pedophilia, whether that be exploring your sexuality, some people not really accepting of what they actually are, transgender, like all of it. It's got a lot of different topics on there that are hard to touch.
So let me ask you this then, because everything you said was said about Degrassi.
Yeah, they said that about Degrassi.
100%. And think about what you just said. Think about what you just said.
Degrassi was corny.
No, but
I watched that, so I don't know what
we all saw Jimmy get shot, and that was
but, like,
hilarious.
I'm not talking about the first. this man's yo, you're
To this day,
they got Jimmy, and he's fine.
you're a villain, bro. but people said this about, like, if you go back when, like, Degrassi just popped onto the scene and the different iterations, they've always said those comments about Degrassi, like, oh, this is edgy. They're touching on stuff that weren't talked about.
They kind of were, yeah.
You
They
know
were.
what I mean? So,
First
like,
time for sure.
Hearing you say that now, I'm like, okay, is Euphoria really that different then?
That whole's just been pushed.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
For 20 years later, everything's different.
yeah. And I asked that because I know they're bringing back Degrassi, and there's gonna be, I feel like,
Are they?
Yeah.
The next generation?
Yeah.
I know.
They're casting it right now.
Like literally, like the grandkids?
They might be Jimmy's, like, grand. You might see Adonis in there. I don't know.
That'd be crazy. Principal Jimmy rolling around.
Yo, that'd be crazy.
I would watch it for that.
You think he'll shave his beard, or?
Ooh, no, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like the beard's doing way too much for him in his personal life.
Beer's doing numbers.
Yeah, his beard's doing unforeseen numbers, career numbers. He is not getting rid of that
Triple double every night.
Triple double. Stupid.
But no, for real though, I feel like you see things like Bel Air coming back out, and that's a little darker twist.
So how is that? Because it's the same characters. I saw the trailer. I haven't watched the show yet. You did a little bit.
Yeah.
Same characters. It's now a drama. It's not so much a comedy.
Right.
And the only thing that I've heard, aside from people saying it's good,
Yeah.
is that you want to murder
Carlton. Yeah, 100%. Like, first episode, you just want to murk the guy.
Okay.
But I will say, it's touching on similar subject matter. Like, I'm not gonna spoil
not
anything,
that dark,
'cause-
but
yeah, not that dark.
I don't think
but, like,
Euphoria is.
yeah, but like drug use, things like that. Talking about like racism and all that sort of stuff that, like, the original show hit on.
I think even
they made it lighter, but
yeah, even though the way that the original show breezed past why Phil ended up, or not Phil, Will ended up in Bel Air.
Exactly.
It was just like the intro song is pretty much all we had to go off of.
Yeah.
And even the video in the background was kind of silly, so it wasn't anything. We're like, oh shit, he got into some shit and had to go and stay with his Uncle Phil's to whatever.
Yeah.
This seems like it goes into that whole past.
Exactly, it does. It goes into that past, and I feel like maybe we're just at a stage now where things are more. I don't know if it's graphic, but maybe that's what it is. Things are just more graphic than they were 20 years ago or 30 years ago, whenever that stuff came out. So maybe Euphoria is really not that different compared to what came before it. It's just relative to the time.
Do you think it needs to be out of necessity to get its point across, or do you think that we've just been pushing the envelope over time, and this is just where we've ended up?
Yeah, no, I feel like we've been pushing the envelope, and this is where we ended up. Like, I feel like things have just gotten less. I don't know if it's censored or desensitized, whatever the term may be, but I feel like we've just been pushing it to the point where this was what
My single is my life force.
Sorry, I didn't mean to play that part. Not yet.
I agree.
I know, so random. Sorry, what did you say?
No, I was just saying, I feel like this is where we're naturally going to get to anyways. Like, we've seen, there's only so much times you could do the whole cookie cutter image and things like that, and people have just been pushing the envelope through in pop culture for decades. So this is where we're gonna get to.
And I also think, like, with a show like Bel Air, if you're rebooting it and you just do the exact same thing, it's not gonna really work. And it's also like to your point, we've been pushing the envelope over time. So I don't know if the day one in the writers' room the question was, if we did Fresh Prince of Bel Air today, what would it look like? And they were just throwing ideas out there as to like the hurdles that Will would have to overcome.
Right.
Being a kid from Philly, the inner city, going over to Bel Air, why would he go there? What would make him go across the country to go live with his uncle? What kind of hurdles would he have to overcome? How much of a I don't want to say the word because I haven't watched the show yet, but like, what would Carlton be like?
Yeah.
How much of a what?
I was gonna say how much of a coon Carlton would be like. That's the question.
No,
that was my question.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I didn't want to label it a coon. If
No,
he's not,
but
I
say
don't watch
it,
the show, bro.
He's gonna No, but you're right. 100% right. And I feel like that's just, what you have to do. You have to adapt and change with the times. And this is just where society is right now.
So adapting and changing with the times. Here comes my Segway King crown. I'm gonna take it.
Why is it on your face?
I put it on my.
Okay, all right.
That's the face.
Well, I mean, you put it all the way down. So
exactly.
In our eyes, we saw it go.
It just went.
And it's like
No, because it's
into the, like,
no. It's that's what I was thinking. It's a little big for my head.
I got you. You'll grow into it. Yeah, I got you.
Slant.
Yes. Speaking of, what was I speaking of?
I don't know. Where are you going, man?
Yeah,
Segway King.
Yeah, so
Segway
going, like keeping up with the times or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump is getting a reboot.
Yes.
Let me get my booze ready.
White Man Can't Get It. White Man Can't Get It.
White Man Can't Get
Never get it.
So White Man Can't Jump is getting rebooted, and so far, the only details that we have is that Jack Harlow will be starring.
Boo!
Damn.
I'm assuming he's gonna ultimate splash cracker. I'm assuming he's gonna play the role of Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah.
Everybody's dying over here. Nobody wants it.
No one wants it. No. Yeah, of course. I mean, he can't play. Well, that'd be a weird twist.
But like, I honestly, I don't remember White Man Can't Jump. I don't know if he was supposed to be good. So was the White Man good?
I don't know if I could say this.
I never saw
it. Yeah, I've seen it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
All right.
Was Woody Harrelson good in the movie?
First of all, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
We can never book him in the same space as that other man.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I just
She's
think that's
literally a
outrageous, and it
thespian.
really fumes me. But regardless of that, great movie, classic movie. It is a friendship and partnership that's built on competition and conning people out of money on the basketball court. And basically, this, Woody Harrelson is with a Latina woman. He's like hard in his time, so he's kind of like a man of the people, if you will.
Yeah.
One of those that you would say is invited to the barbecue or the cookout.
He's at the cookout.
If
Okay.
you will. And so he basically goes around like conning people because they think that he can't play. So he uses their underestimation of him to his advantage and wins tons of money.
So
and
he
so
goes
he
around
ends up
basically saying, "This white
linking
man
up
can't
with
jump,
Wesley
blah, blah, blah."
Snipes.
Yeah.
And they kind of go 2-on-2 and they act like they don't know each other in the crowd. And he'll be like, "You pick anybody," and they always gonna pick the only white boy in the crowd.
Of course, yeah.
This is the '90s too, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like, "Him, the little short white dude," and like Woody could hoop actually. Like he was really hooping.
Was he actually
Yeah,
hooping?
he was actually
Woody
hooping.
plays.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's actually a really good movie. I haven't seen it. Check it out. I don't know about that new one, but check out the old
So
one.
I did see what. Yeah, I did see what Jack Harlow can do on the court. We all did on the
Yeah.
celebrity shit.
He ain't bad.
He can hit a three here and there wide open.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. I know he can't play ball. He's not a basketball player.
The way you
That's
said
a
it doesn't
fact.
look good.
It doesn't look good.
Damn.
It looks like
Looks like an actor shooting a
it
basketball.
looks like an actor shooting a basketball. Like you know when y'all remember Just Right?
Boy.
Oh no.
Don't do this to my man. Don't do this to my man.
Y'all remember?
Don't do this to my man.
You gonna do your doppelganger?
Yeah,
dirty?
right? Don't do
No,
this to
I'm
my
not
man.
because
Don't do
no,
this
I'm
to
not
my
dissing
man.
him because he actually trained with actual shooting coaches and shit like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw Common playing ball, it was believable.
Right.
I'm concerned about Jack Harlow trying to come across as a believable, good basketball talent.
Okay, what if Tyler Hero takes him aside, in the off season and is like, yo,
That
My
fumes
brother,
me even more. That fumes me even more.
he's like, bro, I got you. Let
No.
me show
Babe, have you
you.
ever watched
No.
that whole music video?
No.
What's the name of that stupid song?
Jack Harlow, isn't it? I mean, Jack Harlow.
It's called Tyler Hero. Yeah,
Tyler
you're right. Same.
Same. Yeah, so what if he pulls him aside and is like, I got you. I'm going to show you the ropes. I'm going to show you how to do this. He gets Duncan Robinson, too. And the two of them, they're showing him how to shoot. They're showing him how to dribble.
That's a different movie. You ever watch American History X? There's so many instances where
That's a
white
great
people
movie.
are playing basketball, and it is the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen.
Which is crazy because for decades,
Just like in
they were the
rugby.
only ones playing basketball.
Yo,
or allowed to
American
play
History
basketball.
X.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's about neo-Nazis, and it has to do with what's his name? Ed Norton, starring him.
Oh, boy.
And there's a scene where he's playing basketball against the black people on his racist shit. And for whatever reason, he fucks them up. He ends the game dunking on them, two hands like this. Ed Norton.
What? Incredible Hulk Ed Norton.
Incredible Hulk v1 Ed Norton.
Yeah, this was before. It's before.
He's
Okay.
the first, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that movie.
I don't like that. That's racist.
One Tree Hill. I couldn't watch One Tree Hill because
I love
of
One
the
Tree
basketball.
I love
I
One Tree
watched
Hill.
the first two episodes. I'm like, this is not believable.
But it's Duke. It
And
makes
then,
sense.
and then I found out that homeboy in the later seasons
Yeah.
goes to the NBA.
yeah.
I
Well,
can't believe
spoiler,
anybody watched
spoiler,
that.
spoiler.
It's One Tree Hill.
Not only goes to the NBA, he's like a first round draft.
Yeah, he's a first round
That
draft
is
pick.
mind blowing.
But he was the superstar back. I mean, I love that show. I can't speak ill of that show. man.
Mediocre
One Tree Hill was
white
good.
basketball players have no place on the big screen going to the NBA.
All right, man.
At least
got
there.
No, I got
At
no
least
comeback.
there. I'm not gonna say they have no place on the big screen because maybe some of them can just act their way to be there. Fine. Ed Norton's a good actor. Cut the scene out where he dunks on the black people.
Yeah, that's not cool. You can't show that.
That was racist.
You can't show
That
that.
was the most racist thing. And he curb stomped the dude.
And that was
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't have Jack Harlow doing that in 2022, bro. You can't have
They
that. happening.
will though.
Nah. We're not going backwards. Nah, we can't have that.
And
You know he has an album, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're already going backwards.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
And
It's already happening.
And like I've seen enough basketball movies aside from mediocre
Yeah.
basketball players or not in the past little bit that like my expectations are extremely low for this.
Oh, for sure.
Space Jam was just
I
space
didn't
mid.
even watch that. I told you it was not gonna be good.
Space mid.
Please don't tell me you pay money to see it.
No, I watched that in North Hollywood in the trap. What you mean?
Wait, did you call it Space Junk?
Space Jelly.
Oh, Space
Space jelly?
Space
I call it space mid. It all
Jam
works.
is better than
Space
Jelly.
Jelly? Yeah. Ew. It's
Um,
no name brand.
No name.
It's just no name jelly.
Where do we want to go?
We can go.
Oh no.
Instagram
We can go to Tristan Thompson
All right.
because we're
From
talking
one
about
waistband to
skill.
another.
Yes.
Skill? Yeah.
there's a video, and I'm not you don't just look at the video. You don't even need to hear the volume. But he bricks consistently, and he's an NBA player, like a max contract.
Thank you. I was about to say max contract.
It took me 8 times to watch this video to figure out which hand he's shooting these with, and he's shooting it like these are like layups or I don't know what to call them, hook shots, but he's right in front of the net.
He's right in front of the net.
Right in front of the net.
No. I feel like I can make that shot at least
Like
twice.
a short jump shot. Or
Yeah.
That's a
Francis shot.
Shooting like that so close to the hoop. Isn't that weird that he's shooting like that so close to the hoop?
It's weird that all of it looks weird. All of it looks weird.
Let me ask you a question. As someone who played ball,
yes.
Like at this point, what's the shame in just using the backboard?
There's no shame in it. There's literally no shame
Just
in
use
it.
backboard.
But there's shame in being paid millions of dollars and not being able to do the most simple task on the basketball court. Put the ball in the basket when standing in front of the basket. And you're practicing. This is not like a compilation of him in situ fucking up over tall ass centers.
Right. There's no one.
This is just him.
Hold on. Further question. This is the team shoot around in practice. So who took this video? Was this fan? Because this looks like someone on the court.
No, this is somebody on the court that was like, these niggas ain't gonna believe it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like,
They ain't gonna believe
yo,
it.
they already don't like this man in Chicago. Like, who's who's leaking this video?
This is from the Chicago Bulls Instagram drafts that accidentally leaked.
This is from Chloe.
Chloe leaked it. But like, in general, I always thought about like, you know how like Shaq couldn't hit free throws.
Yeah.
Certain the other one. Certain point guards couldn't hit 3-pointers.
Yes.
If you gave me enough time to do anything, I'll probably be very good at it. And that's just the way I've always felt about anything.
For sure. Like if you this is your job. Like you just get paid to play ball. You get actually paid to go to a gym to shoot hoops for a living.
I paid to play ball in a lot of situations, and I can do it better.
Right? Like, how can you not shoot? Like,
and I have way less hours. That's crazy.
And that's crazy. Like, I look at Ben Simmons. I'm sure.
Ben Simmons, I'm better than that too.
But that's the thing. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, how did you make it this far and you cannot shoot? You have no jump shot.
There are other reasons why he made it, but like, damn.
Damn. Right? All you gotta do is just have height. Damn.
For the most part, if you kind of know how to play, but you have height, that's like, you know?
I mean, it never changes. I remember guys just got put on teams because they were big. Like,
and it still happens in the league to some degree, but like, thank God the league has gotten to a point where everybody's skilled enough that you can't be 7 foot in garbage.
Yeah, there was that period.
The first comment on this thing is defending him, saying he's practicing something. That's not a regular shot. Practicing high arc, it looked like. Doesn't matter what he's practicing. It should still go in at least
one of those.
2 of 5. He's acting like he's doing some weird, crazy.
Right? It's not like it's a sky hook.
Get this shit out
You know what I mean?
Get this shit out of here.
Nah.
Also,
That's Branton's finest.
Also, we have to mention that like it's just not a good shot. It's not a good shot in the game.
No.
So if it's not a good shot in the game, why is he practicing it?
Right? Like, when are you getting that shot? You're not going to take
There's
that
nothing
He's
about-
practicing anything, he sucks.
No, wait a second. Kardashians. What happened to Lamar Odom? Look what happened. It's a pattern.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it is a pattern.
Do something to their eyes.
Yeah.
Do something.
I can't say what it is, but I will say it's a pattern that made
I was like, I feel like Nat's about to get up.
Right?
I saw him moving. I was like,
ooh, here we go.
It's like the Kardashians is
I'm
down.
just gonna kick Melissa.
Nostradamus.
Wait a minute.
Nostradamus.
He's got something to say about that.
Yeah, he's got something. Let's go. What's the take? I want to hear it.
Though. You know, certain things eat at your spirit and your soul so little bit at a time, little bit at a time that you don't notice that it's doing it.
That's true.
Until your shit is gone.
Until you're standing in front of the net trying to hit it.
Wasn't Ben Simmons with a Kardashian?
Yeah, he was with the non-Kardashian. He was the
Kardashian
other one.
Light?
The B team. The G League
And
team.
look what happened to Kanye.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Kanye.
I love it.
Segue queen.
Segue queen.
Right?
On the side.
We now dub you.
So have you seen the Kanye doc yet?
I've started it.
First episode, you finish it?
I'm on part 3 now.
Damn, you've passed me. So you get it.
I get it.
And this doc, 24K Golden,
yes,
has this tweet, which I think is very valid and applicable to even us.
Yeah.
We would feel anybody that's a creator of some sort. You're doing something
for sure.
I think this applies. And his tweet said, "This Kanye doc, a testament to the fact that people don't recognize greatness until others validate it." Speak on it. How you feel?
Man, it's crazy. Actually, watching this documentary made me realize that even more. Like, it's true. You know, we have to. And I feel like we've said this before, but Toronto is a prime example of this. It's not until other people recognize the talent outside of our own city sometimes where we're like, oh wait, yeah, this nigga's actually talented. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know why it is, but unfortunately it's 100% accurate. Like we wait for other people's validation before we think someone has the talent or the skill.
Ironically, I feel like we waited for 24K Golden to say this to validate my statement.
Oh, okay.
Don't say we.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
What was your statement?
This.
He always says this though.
Yeah, he says it all the time.
But what about anybody else that doesn't know, like me or your listeners? What was your statement?
Back to the speaker's corner he goes.
No, my statement was exactly what 24K Golden said, where we wait for other people to, like, for example, 10 years ago, we're saying LeBron James is the best. It's like, no. You have to wait 10 more years to see what he's going to do, or you could just be the first to say it. You're going to wait for somebody else to tell you? So I've been saying about, like, different music artists, different basketball players, or whatever, and it's like, no. And then people wait 3-4 years, and they're like, oh, you were right. It's like, I wasn't waiting to see what you saw because I already saw it before it was done. It was just, it's not in necessarily the work, it's in who the person is or in their actual talent level. So, like, you don't have to see them win 7 championships to say that they're good at basketball sometimes. Sometimes you're just good at basketball. And also, that's a whole other conversation too. But yeah, that's just how I see it. Like, greatness isn't, you don't have to wait for everybody to gather hands and be like, yeah, this guy's great. Like, you could just say it, even if you're by yourself and you're saying that. You don't have to, like, wait for somebody else's validation.
I think
that's my point.
No, I was just going to say, I think, like, what you're saying, too, speaks to the fact that, you know, sometimes we wait on accolades. You have to hit certain benchmarks before people will say you're great at something or you're good at something or, you know what I mean? And why? Like, to your
you
point,
wait till
like,
somebody's Grammy nominated.
Yeah, Grammy nominated. Then you're like, oh, yeah. Now they're like,
oh, that was in Sundance.
It's like, ultimately, like, what does that mean, though? What does that really mean? You know what I mean? Like,
I care about Sundance.
Right?
I don't even know what the fuck Sundance is or where it's at, but I know the stamp means something, and now I should watch the trailer.
Right. They're like, oh, this was an Oscar-winning film. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
You know how many dumb Oscar-winning films I've watched where I'm like, I don't get it.
Right.
I almost never like the Oscar-nominated films.
There's a couple of them that are kind of duds. There's a couple of them where you're like, I mean, it's good, but like it was really boring for a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a creative, so I'm not even like saying I'm not even knocking the creativity, the way that things are shot, put together, audio mix, all those things that go into it. Sometimes I just think it's straight up mid and politics, and that's what a lot of things are. And if you wait for the politics to tell you and dictate what's good and what's not,
you're gonna miss the mark.
You're gonna miss some fire shit.
Yeah. You're
gonna also miss out on being able to appreciate something before it's gone. Let's just say, being very morbid, Kanye West passes away in 2000. We don't know who this great man was. He did a lot of good things leading up to that. Yeah. And because we didn't get the validation from Rockefeller, we didn't get the validation from Pharrell, we didn't hear it from all these different places, we just, even if we heard it ourselves, I'm not saying we didn't hear it, I'm saying you listened to it and nobody else gave you the validation to tell you that this is supposed to be good. You listened to it and nobody else told you it was good, so you just kept it moving. And I, as a creative who's climbing up the mountain, we feel it. I feel like we experience it. And that's why in the last episode, when we were reflecting back at 150, I'm very appreciative of anybody who says anything good about us in private.
For sure.
Or in public.
For sure.
You know, I don't need you to publicly validate me.
Yeah.
But if you can at least give me my flowers while I'm here, and we've talked about this enough with all the people that have passed prematurely, I think you should. That's like almost your responsibility as somebody who's consuming somebody else's art.
For sure. It's weird though, because I feel like as society we kind of look to each other for, I don't know if it's validation or if it's just for like proof to say, oh yeah, this is good. Like what's the number, you know, if someone tells you a restaurant to go to or a spot to go to, what do a lot of people do? Google review, check it out, check out Yelp reviews. What did other people say? So, and aside from creativity, aside from this, we're always just looking for what do other people say about this before we jump onto it. Very few of us will just go automatically to go check out an artist, check out a spot, check out a restaurant, whatever it is. We always look to other people to say, oh, this was their review of it. All right, they said it wasn't too good. I'm not gonna check it out. Or 4 out of 5 people said this was good. I'm gonna check it out. So I think it's just a natural part of human culture. Is just, you know what? Let me go ask a neighbor. Let me see what they said, and then if they say it's good, I'll go check it out.
Do you think that's like a newer, like, not that it's a newer thing, but like now it's more commonplace to for people to feel that way versus maybe like 10 years ago where we didn't have such an influx of content creators, music, videos, whatever, where you're kind of overwhelmed and now people are kind of lazy when it comes to consuming it, and they just like, tell me what I should watch and I'll do it. I feel like there was a certain level of pride that I used to have, well, I still have, in like going, I said used to because I was, in my mind, I'm thinking about going to shows where I pay my $20 and I love this artist, nobody knows them, and I feel like I'm putting everybody on if I bring them or I share it on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I think people are just more so looking for the proof of concept so that they can basically say, well, so-and-so co-signed it. This is good. You should listen to it too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're onto a point. Like, think about the term digging in the crates. Like, you know, DJs used to do it all the time trying to find those hidden gems. And, like, that's so hard to do now, man. Like, everything's curated to you and given to you. Like, how many of us really spend the time to go find that unknown artist or that, you know, unknown track or something like that? Like, I feel so much is just given to us on a platter or on a playlist or on a whatever that you don't really have to go try to find it for yourself. And I there's pros to that for sure, but I do think there's, you know, some negative side effects to that.
The crazy thing is that there's equally as many things as that you don't know about. So like you're seeing like double the amount of things in front of us. So there's like the underground's double as big. So we're like every single time I talk to somebody new about music, I'm like, I've never been like, oh yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, I know that. Like I'm always sharing new music. But to your point, I am lazy and I don't look as hard as I used to. I used to go on Hot New Hip Hop and download every single song
I do remember that.
on the first page, and I would be happy with like 80% of what I heard.
Hot New Hip Hop, they'd be like, "Yo, this is hot,"
and I was like,
"Bro, I'll be on
you're right."
Just like downloading mad.
But you can't do that anymore because, to your point, there's way too much music. So you're getting 50 times the amount that's commercial. Now you're getting 50 times the amount that's underground. So it's like, I'm gonna just wait till it comes to me.
Yeah.
Whether somebody's gonna tell me about it or whether I'm gonna hear it on the radio. So yeah, it is more difficult, I guess, but there is a lot more. So if you do have the time, it's worth it.
Do you remember the different levels of that Hot New Hip Hop had? And like it would say hot, and I was like, nah, that ain't hot. And it would be like, yo, it's blazing hot. And then I'd go listen
Flaming
to
Cheetos hot.
Yeah. I don't know how they would call it, but there are different levels to the hot.
No, for sure. The hot meter. I don't know what they call it. Hot meter. I don't know why I said hot meter. But.
So yeah, this brings me to another conversation that has to do with art and the new way that people are consuming art. NFTs to be exact. If you still don't know what those are, I'm not going to educate you because I'm still figuring it out myself.
You don't know what it stands for.
Malik can give you a master class. I'm not going to do it. But this conversation starts from a clip that I have from Tyler, the Creator, who's speaking on NFTs and his perspective on them. And we can dive in after that. But I think he sets the stage well enough. Hold on.
Pull up.
at least for the art side, none of the examples that I've seen is like beautiful art. Yeah. It's a monkey in a Supreme hoodie. Oh, the NFT, you get exclusive content of so-and-so doing this. He's smoking in a studio. That's not exclusive content. He does that on his Instagram story. At least for the art side, none of the examples that I've seen is like beautiful art. Yeah. It's a monkey in a Supreme hoodie. Oh, the NFT, you get exclusive content.
So, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it. And I did see a longer clip where he just basically was talking into like, listen, I'm speaking from a place of ignorance if you're going to say I don't know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just speaking from what I've seen. Mm. And what I've seen so far is these monkeys in hoodies. Yeah. And he went on to say, like, I'm really outside. He's like, I bought a Mini Cooper to go drive to some place just to ride my bike. I'm really outside. I called my homie and said, let's go to this donut shop over here. You'd know LA, probably. I don't remember what it was called.
Was it on Fairbank?
I have no idea.
It doesn't sound like to be on Fairbank.
No. It was out there. And he was just like, I called him up so that we can go for a ride to go get these donuts. I'm really outside. Like, he's like, it took me time to drive out there. I like to be outside and live and do things. My homie's building speakers with his hands.
Right.
That's real life shit.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, okay, I get that perspective.
Yeah.
Obviously, he mentioned he was speaking from a place of, I don't know NFTs.
Right.
So if you excuse my ignorance, but what I've seen, I don't like what I've seen. And I kind of agree because the what's been highly coveted, what's highly shared and actually discussed have been the NFTs that are more so promoted, shared, and circulated more so for personal gain versus the art itself, which is what he's probably speaking to.
100% right. 100%. I fell into that trap, man. I remember like NBA Top Shot.
Yes, I have a couple of them.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I bought a whole bunch of packs. I don't know I don't know the last time I actually looked at that. I don't even know like what I'm doing with those. I don't know what they're worth. Are they worth anything? I don't know. I sold one for like $14. Woo! But like,
how much you pay for it?
$5.
Okay.
So I made a little bit. But like
little $9.
Sounds like you just lost interest.
Hey.
But well, that's the thing, right? I was like, it was hype.
That's deep.
It was hype for a bit. It was hype for a bit. Everyone's on him. Like, oh yeah, I remember Malik was pushing. You were doing your stuff on there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get into this. And I didn't really see the value. I don't see the art now. Now it's like everyone was doing what I was doing. Everyone was trying to in it for a quick dollar. Trying to make some quick money.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Bitcoin.
It's your fault.
Bitcoin. Remember how that was when everybody was getting into it, and everyone else was skeptical, and no one bought into it, and then people were holding on to it, and they were like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this. And then literally a year later, they were millionaires.
True. So I could be a millionaire in a year?
Still.
What I'm saying is,
cool. All right.
Yeah.
The problem
sometimes
is
being the first one is the risk.
The problem is we live under a microscope. So like we think, you didn't make the money in 6 months, so it doesn't make any sense. It's like to Coco's point, you can make the money in 10 years. So if you're holding on to the NFT, like I still have NFTs that I bought last year. I haven't looked at it since. I wouldn't say that I wasted my money at all because I haven't given up on it. If I choose to give up on it, then it's a waste of money. But within 10 years, if I still have it, I could still do something with that. Or if it completely crashes, that's a whole other thing. But like I feel like it's your choice to give up on it or not.
Fair.
Because it's not done yet. So your money is still to be made potentially. Unless if today you're like I'm done. Then it was a waste of time.
Fair. But
you spent $5 for an investment.
No, fair.
Investments don't pay off quickly.
For sure.
And $5 ain't doing nothing for your pocket.
No,
so,
for sure.
To me, holding on to it.
I think with something like NBA Top Shot, there's two waves. The initial wave is buying and flipping while it's trendy and hot.
Yeah.
Or buying and then you sit because this is like they didn't even have an app. I don't know if they even have an app.
I don't even know if they have an app.
They've just recently in the past maybe 6 months started promoting shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
And working with like NBA players like Kevin Durant and whatever. Yeah. That's all like new.
Yeah.
When I was using when I was doing NFTs, they weren't even mobile friendly sites yet.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think like
Real early.
wow, I forgot his name. To Tyler's point, I also think like my approach was a wrong approach. Like I was looking at it to make money, which is what he's saying, right? It's like, but where's the art? Like, are we actually looking at this as, you know, how people are looking at paintings and just getting them for, some people get them for money, but some people get them because they actually enjoy the painting. Like, you know, are we actually looking at this as the art that it could be?
I as much as I wanted to get into Top Shot as like a flip, potential flip, I also was thinking about the application, the future applications that we didn't have. Nobody has, and I think there's a couple options that I've seen since it's launched, but there's no mass. There's no easy way that people have started to share their art in reality. Right. No displays where you can go and look up, and I have my LeBron block just sitting over there that's just running and playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like imagine how sick that's gonna be though when that you show up to someone's spot.
We're not there yet, but that's gonna be fire.
Or you come to my condo, I got like mad like Raptors and like different teams, different players, just moments.
Exactly.
Just highlighted. Like that's gonna be sick.
Actually, even just think about trading cards, physical trading cards.
Yeah.
People were just buying them. When we were kids, we had friends. Like, think of our neighbor. He had all of these, like, he had like a book of cards, and he had it all organized. And I know for a fact he probably still has them exactly as they were. We knew people like that from then.
Yeah.
It made no sense to me. I'm like, it's just a trading card. But like, you know, over time, if you believe in it.
All I know is anybody that has a Charizard from when we were kids.
That's a Charizard.
It's like worth $500,000.
They own a house.
It's worth $500,000 to $1 million now.
They own a house.
You kept that in good condition? Oh man. You put that in those little duotangs? Oh man.
Yo, I used to I created my own Charizard.
Hold on. How did you create your own Charizard, bro?
Color printers were kind of new. So I tried to print it down to scale as much as I could, and I glued the front to a back. Like that?
Yo, my guy.
It was a little big.
My guy, what?
But it was Charizard. Wow. Man, I was from the hood, man.
Yo, this man made his own Pokemon cards, bro. Were you trying to trade them?
No, I couldn't trade that one. No. That was for me and me only. I knew it only.
Oh
it
my gosh, bro, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Do we got anything else on here?
You can go NBA. You can go Drewski Kevin Gates.
What's the NBA one? Oh, the J.R. Smith one?
J.R. Smith.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
So J.R. Smith had a quote that is, I don't know if there's a clip of it.
Yeah, on the link.
Oh, there is. Perfect.
Yeah.
So J.R. Smith basically said that NBA players, the mentality that they have is that they'd rather throw $60K at a strip club than go and feed 2,500 people in the hood. Are you shocked by that headline? Don't give me your deep cut thoughts, but are you shocked? Yes or no? And I'll play them.
No, I'm not.
Okay. We as the NBA players.
Okay. Black
Realistically.
I think just
you know
NBA.
how many people you can change lifestyle with $10 million in our hood, in our communities? We were in the lockout. We were in the, not the lockout, but we were in the bubble. George Floyd happened. That's right. We stopped playing. We're in there. We're gonna ask the owners for. We're gonna ask the owners for. Stop asking them for.
Millionaires.
What are we asking them for? I went down the line. No book. You can show. You can ask these dudes if not. I got Paul George sitting right here. I got DeMar DeRozan sitting right here. I got Russell Westbrook sitting right here. I'm literally sitting next to all of these dudes who are LA guys. I'm like, bro, I'm not counting your chips, but everybody else is. So you make 200, you make 200, you make 175, you make 150, you make 180. Why don't y'all have your own gym? Why we gotta go to UCLA to work out?
Wow.
Listen, you know how many times? You got your own. Y'all all come from the exact same community. You want to inspire kids that look like you. All it takes is 5 of them.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
250, 250, 250, 250, 250. What bank gonna turn us down? We about to build this whole shit out for our community. We're gonna build gyms, rec centers, start leagues and all that. Who's gonna stop us? We got the money. We don't have the mindset. Our mindset, we'd rather go throw $60,000 in the club, in the strip club. Go throw $60,000 than go feed 2,500 people in the hood. Think about it. I've done it. I can't sit here and be like, oh man, I'm a hypocrite. I've done this myself. I've thrown money in the club, literally, blindlessly, aimlessly drunk, had a ball. And now I sit back like I'm a stupid.
Had a ball.
Every time. I could have fed my whole community 10 times over with the money. I was just late on the bus.
Right.
Because I'm so wrapped into me. I got that Eurocentric mindset. I need this designer jacket. I need these jeans. I need this book bag. I need to be looking like this because the vets got this.
This guy said he got the Eurocentric mindset. That's a nigga mindset.
Right?
In this car, I'm doing. Why? Who am I impressing? I'm not even
mindset.
fulfilled with me.
It's driven by.
When did that click for you?
It clicked for me probably the year after we won the chip.
Oh, the end of your.
It's like 18
I felt like I
years
had
too.
everything. I still wasn't whole with me.
That's why
Because I
you
knew
say
something.
that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and for a long time I went through bad depression with it because I couldn't figure out what it was.
Wow.
Like I've always had this mission because my parents instilled it in me to help my community, help my people, help people around me, help people who look like me. It was always about the kids when I was growing up with my pops. It was always about the kids, and I always wanted to do something.
Damn.
I mean, he said enough. There's still more, but yeah.
Jeez. There's no lie told though, bro. It's straight facts.
That's crazy, and it's as simple as that. We're all making $100+ million, and why are we asking the owners to do these things on our behalf when we know that a lot of these things are definitely not in their best interest because it's not serving the owners in any way aside from their public image and ego, to be quite honest.
Right.
When you're one of these kids that come from these areas, it serves you a whole lot more differently to actually do it.
100%.
And if it takes a few of you guys, and if J.R. Smith is sitting there with like a bunch of other LA guys making $100+ million, that is a very valid question. Why aren't they all putting their money together to do something easy? Because they can all, like, we're talking about an NBA contract.
Yeah.
These guys make their money elsewhere as well.
Yeah. But it's like, yo, why ask them? Like, stop asking Matt for something. Like, you know what I mean? Stop asking for something. Like, go
how you can be your own boss and that call?
You know what I mean? And like, it's. But yo, we joked and we called it like, you know, the nigga centric mentality. But unfortunately, that's fact though. That's what it is. Like, you know, we gotta change that. Like, get a little money, you go spend it on like craziness and whatever. Like, what's that really doing? You know what I mean?
And it's
like,
not even to say like you're not allowed to go to the strip club and throw your
sure.
$60K because you can do both.
Yeah,
you can do both.
Yeah, balance.
So much
Balance.
He makes so much.
Yeah, and like, you know me. Like, I've never been a big LeBron guy. But one thing I cannot talk shit on.
You know me.
No.
I'm Mr. Let It Go.
Yeah. I'm ready to get club. But like, one thing I can never say or talk shit about LeBron is like, this man puts his money into the community. And like,
the school. That's
he's
the
got
craziest
school,
thing I've
he's
ever
got all
heard
these
of.
different. You know what I mean? It's like, we need more people doing that, and like more of the athletes, more of the actor, more of the people with the money. Whatever you're in, whatever industry. But if you have the funds, put it back into your community, because that is how we grow as a people. Everyone else is doing this except us.
Yeah.
Like it actually pisses me off.
We're just super divided.
Right? We're super divided. Every other race of people do this. And they are coming up and we're still like behind. Why? Because we're not helping each other out. We're not giving back into our communities.
For more insight, we have our LA native on the scene.
Shout out to LA. I want to shout out our own real quick. A gentleman named Dustin, who is a friend of mine, friend of a friend that we kind of just came up together a little bit in our later years, runs a nonprofit in LA that is definitely beneficial to the youth. And I remember him talking about this before it was as big as it is now, which is very big. It's all over LA. Huge partnerships. And he was talking about this years ago, and he was like, if everyone just gave 50 cents, if I could get 50 of my friends to give 50 cents, that's this amount. And he had all the numbers written down. It was like, that's this amount of money to do this. So I say that to say small habits make big habits.
Okay.
So you do it with $100, you can do it with $100 million. But if you were never doing it with $100, then when you get $100 million, you're never gonna do it.
You fucking right.
Until someone that was 18 years late says, yo, all of this money, and quantifies how many people could have been fed and taken out of their situation with the money that he did nothing with.
Yeah.
It meant nothing. It did nothing. He doesn't even remember those nights. Yeah, it was fun. You couldn't tell me anything specific about it, though.
Sure.
And I think, like, and to that point, like, not saying, like, I've ever went anywhere and spent $60,000 or even maybe $1,000, but
I was like, yeah, let's bring it down.
But after a while, when you're having these nights when you're spending frivolously, if you start to look back, sometimes they all start to blend. And to me, that was the moment where I'm like, I don't need to spend my money here anymore.
Word.
They're not special nights.
Nope.
So that's why, like, when we're talking about balance, the balance is you do it when it's special.
For sure.
You do it, so it's a special thing, whatever. But the moment you're just like doing it and like you can't even remember which night it was, you wasted that money. That was a waste of money. You could have done so many other things with that money.
100%. You know when this hit me? Well, not when it hit me, but one moment that comes to mind is there's an episode of Atlanta where they were at the club. I think Paperboy and them were at the club. And he literally had that realization.
Me too.
Yeah. He had that realization. Like, he's like, the hell are we here for? You know what I mean? Like, they showed the club experience. Like, that's literally a waste of money. But to your point, there is balance. There's times you go out, you do it, whatever. Cool. But, like, some people, this is their lifestyle every night. And, like you said, it blends together. Like, what's the point? You could do so many other things with that. You know what I mean? And make a difference. Cool, have your fun, have that balance. But, yeah, I think there's way more ways we can be impactful in our communities. And to your point, Coco, like, we don't have to spend, the $100 million. You use what you got. Even if maybe it's not even money. Maybe it's just time. Maybe you put in your time and just educate someone, mentor someone or in your community or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways that you can give back.
Or the way that you guys open up your space.
For
and
sure.
your wealth of knowledge that you both have, and invite people on both ends to come in and kind of, like, learn from you, be a part of the process. This is also a way that you can extend yourself to the community.
I've learned that, like, I guess being I'd say maybe a decade into being a professional, I've learned that there's a lot of people out here that, like, hold their gems to their chest.
Yeah.
Like, it's hurting them by sharing. Like, I just don't understand that, because I look back at myself when I was 19, younger than that, trying to figure this out, trying to navigate, see what's for me, what's not, how do I get in, what do I need to know, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And if I just had a couple of gems, and I'm not even asking somebody to walk me through step by step what they did and how they did it, but just give me a couple nuggets here and there, and that shit will change my life.
Facts.
And that's why anytime anybody asks me a question, I have the opportunity at work where, like, there's somebody that's junior and I can walk them through something. I'm gonna be fucking thorough because I was there yesterday.
100%. 100. Doesn't even have to be junior. Like, I literally have people who are coming to me, talking to me about, I've talked about this. Like, I'm gonna hit 11 years with IKEA soon.
Cool, man.
You know what I mean? And people come to me asking me for advice on, like, how to navigate working there. And I'm not shying away from that. Like, I tell them what I did. You know what I mean? Like,
that's your responsibility.
That's your responsibility, though. You got to pay it forward to people, I think.
Yes, Nat.
Just to comment on what you were saying earlier, I think that a lot of people become resentful over time because the information that they are trying to spread is not ready to be received by the community that they are giving it to. So in a weird sense, they become jagged over time. It's like holding in this message that you feel can help improve everybody, but they aren't ready for it. I just wanted to add a comment on that.
That's so true, and I think that's the other side of it. Some people feel jaded by it, so they're like, nobody ever told me shit, and I figured this shit out on my damn self.
Does that go back to what we were talking about earlier with validation?
It's gonna be cyclical now. Yeah. It's gonna be cyclical. Everybody else is gonna have to work as hard as I did to figure it out, and that's just called paying your dues. And I hated that shit. That just never made sense. yes, you pay your dues
for sure.
But
The
if
work
you're
has to be done.
withholding something from me that's gonna help advance me, you're just a dickhead.
Facts.
I'm still paying my dues.
When I see a black girl in a professional setting, it's speed walking. Have you ever seen Olympic speed walking? That's my level of speed walk towards her. Girl, let's connect. What do you need? Can I help you? Can you help me? Like, let's get together.
Yeah.
And there's like an immediate camaraderie of like, I get you, you get me. We're in a space where ultimately we have the lower hand. So like, to me, this level of like pay your dues, especially from our community, is outrageous. Like, how many dues do we all have to pay separately? Before we collectively gather our information and do some shit with it.
Give me the knowledge. You know I'm paying the dues by not even getting paid. That's me getting.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
And on the opposite end of that, I feel like, I don't know if you guys have, maybe I'll pose that as a question. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but have you ever worked somewhere, or you start working somewhere and there's another black person who's already been working there, and you could clearly tell that you're like encroaching on their territory of being the only black person there.
That's the whole tokenism conversation.
Yeah. So,
right there,
yeah, I'm just saying that's the opposite end. I feel like I've experienced that too, where people will close the door in behind them almost, instead of like open. Like I like to open. Like we all like to open the door where it's like we're in.
They lock it behind them.
Some people are like, close the door behind.
Well, because some people are still of the mentality that there can only be so many.
Right.
They think that
they're actually worse than the problem.
They're like, you know what? I'm here. If you come in here, now I'm competing. That's not. I don't think that's true. What's up?
I think we've all had past experiences where we've tried to be a good middle and introduce somebody to somebody else, and it's just made a horrible stain on our name. You know what I mean?
That is true too.
So that, I think, is a part of the resentment that we do have.
Yeah.
So I think maybe specifying your boundaries when it comes to introducing people is a big thing now. You know, if I introduce you to this person, you're on your own.
That's on you too. You got to be able to like set it up, because sometimes people are gonna ask me to be like, "Yo, can you introduce me to such and such, or help me get a job here or whatever." Sometimes I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, cool, I'll help you out," and then I'll go talk to whoever it is to link it up. And my whole thing is like, yeah, I know them. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, I know they work there. I don't know the quality of it, but I'm just saying they're cool. They're a nice person. They're trying to be in the industry. Take a look into it.
For sure.
That's it.
Right.
Because you got to also level set, because you're right. Your name, like you don't want your name in the streets to be like, yo, Shaq just likes to reco duds out here.
But it's also like your relationship with that person is your relationship with that person.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so you can only speak to what you have between, them and you know what I mean? So you can only speak to the work they've done with you. Maybe how they treat someone else is different, and that's on them.
And you can't anticipate that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that we've learned to set up boundaries through experience. How we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yo, now why your tones sound like Isaiah Thomas like here?
I'm sorry, I just wanted a Frosty.
That's what you give it today.
I'm just going to piggyback really quick off what he said, is as far as like, you're saying set the precedent with the person and with the person that is going to interview them or employ them possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the person is the most important thing, because you're not even getting to the referral stage if I don't know how you work.
Right.
Now, if I have my homegirl over here and my homegirl over here, and this homegirl happens to be, someone from my community.
Yeah.
And they're both equally qualified on the same exact playing field, and I can only refer one, I'm going to refer one. You understand? Now, if homegirl over here, I work with her, and she's from my community, but I know she's basura, but she's my homegirl, Basura means trash in Spanish. I'm sorry. Just remember we're not in LA. Everybody don't know that. So if she's trash, you know, from a work standpoint, and I'm like, okay, I know that she's flaky. Every time we try to link up, she doesn't show up on time. Or every time we work a job together, she's not there on time.
Right.
I'm not attaching my name to that.
Nah.
I don't give a damn if you look like my twin.
Right.
In fact, my stepsister, who looks like my twin, tried to get a job with me, and I said no to her face. She was like, why? I said, because you're a bitch. I was like, this is like person facing.
Right.
This is not for you. You're not a nice person. Like, this is not, you know, you don't know how to like jive with people. That's not for you, baby. There's something else.
Yeah.
You can find something else for you, but that ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think telling the person too is important, especially when it's someone from your community, because you want to be coming from a constructive place and not just a shutdown place. Yeah. Because that's already what everyone's experiencing all the time.
Yeah, and that's what I still want to make clear. What I said is like I'm still all for making sure that people, especially from our community, are getting as connected as possible, because we don't have the same level of what we called in one of our older episodes, nephewtism.
Yes.
Yes. So
yes,
I just think it's also equally as important to make sure that your name out here can carry weight. You don't want that shit to start becoming watered down and dilated.
Also, too, something that our dad pointed out. As black people, we don't have an opportunity to be average in a job space.
Nope.
It's like we got to be the best or we can't be in there at all. So I will also argue that sometimes having that experience of not being good for the job is part of the experience that you do need to eventually be good at something. Where instead of, like, not everything's going to be a swish.
Fair, yeah.
You know, you can't just be like, oh, I suggested 10 people and all 10 of them were lit. Like, come on, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Show me which, like, where does that happen? Especially for black people. We barely have these experiences, so why would you have
need the opportunity to fail?
Yeah, we don't even have the opportunity to fail. So it's like, as black people, we don't even allow the opportunity to fail for other black people because we're afraid of what that looks like to us.
Because
and that's not fair in itself.
Shut the door down,
We're shutting the door on our own people because of us, and that's like, what's
crazy that you say that, because I don't ever see it as an opportunity to fail that we ever have a chance to. It's always like you're on the raft, and it's like literally extending like a, you know, to save a life. It's life or death.
It's life or death out
when
here.
I'm trying to help out a black person. It's
Always.
not like I'm trying to give you a chance to even potentially fail. No, it's like you're either gonna kill this, and if you don't, you're dead.
Or kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Don't take me down. I'll kick you off this raft if I have to.
Because at the last moment, it's either me or you, and it's about to be me.
It'll be me every single time.
So that's the problem.
I'll pull you up, but I'll push you off.
Damn. So we didn't solve the issue.
There
it is.
Hilarious.
There it is. Comes in with the one.
I had that experience. Hired a friend to work with a major beverage company.
Right.
First day, girl sitting next to my boss in an office, going through her Rolodex, making personal calls for the first 30 minutes of every morning.
Huh.
And I had to call her and said, if you have to make personal phone calls, you go down to the lunchroom.
Damn.
And every other day I wanted to fire her still.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
I mean, yeah, you can't. It's also like we said, a chance to fail. We didn't say a chance to self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Give it a chance to know.
Yeah, a chance to fail means like you weren't great at all the roles. It doesn't mean that you don't show up.
Exactly.
And that means like, that also means not showing up also means you come in and the first 30 minutes of your shift, you're doing some other shit you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Girl, at least make it look like you're doing something.
Come on now.
At least.
Sprinkling some business calls.
Don't make me
At least
teach
have some
you how to
respect
fake
for
work
me
either.
to make it look like you're doing something when you're not doing something.
Yeah, don't make me teach you how to fake work either.
Don't do it.
The world generous speaking.
Yes. Oh man, I love this. Shout out to everyone that came today, and shout out to y'all for listening. 151. Patrick Dennis Jr. on everything, by the way.
Yeah.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
One closer to 200. You know it. We're almost there. Yeah, we'll be back next. No, we're gonna take a week off.
Yeah, we take a week off.
You got a week off next week.
Hey, March break.
They're gonna talk to you about. We should do that thing that news people do.
Yeah. I need I have no papers.
Oh, you gotta
Do the fake laugh. Look at the same paper together.
Yeah, do that and then
And then a lot of information.
post that one of these weeks like that.
Just stacking papers. Stacking papers. Being our Kip Smithers.
Yeah. Where they're insulting each other.